So I'm going to take you through a couple of designs here. One, we're just going to go through the floor plan. Maybe I'll do a little more than that, but this is the floor plan. I'm pretty close to what I said last night. I haven't measured or gotten data on the length of a Prius yet. This is a little over 12 feet front to back. I figure it can't be much longer than that. We got some room. Got some larger bike styles in here. Can't really say they're necessarily Harley. They are bigger bikes, so it looks like that sort of fits. We got pantry, full height cabinets, and then shelves. I believe there's 5. And I set them at 24 inches apart. We can certainly space them in particular. Threw in some cabinetry, fixed the countertop. Wasn't that hard to do, so thought I'd just kind of give it a little more realistic. Got the gas stove, the refrigerator, sink. There's your triangle, and then I do like counter space to be around everything, because then you can open your doors properly on your fridge, that sort of thing. So dining room, got to walk around the table, but it's to keep the cost of the stair down by placing walls instead of just all open railing. So you guys end up with some extra money. There's 2 posts here, and we'll get into that later, but that is actually to support upstairs. Because I've got it supported here, and then I've got a common on this plumbing wall here. So Nick will be more familiar with why I'm doing that, but living room, I put in a couple love seats, kind of like what you have at your place you're staying at. I don't have 3 because it's just kind of tight, but there's quite a bit of open space that you can kind of organize how you like it as far as this music room goes. Got the upright just sitting in here. You can set it pretty much anywhere you want in that space. Small powder with a cabinet above the toilet, and I can actually, let's turn that layer off. Default layer off. Those red lines don't show up. Just a little confusing. So now you'd walk upstairs. The stairs go over this laundry, and there's a door under these stairs. Place for all your cleaning supplies, vacuum, rug shampoo, or whatever you guys have. This is a 72-inch tub, so if you guys can find one, great. If not, we can pull a little section of this out at least and frame 6 inches there to there to make it easier for him to vent. But I think he can vent here just fine. Nick can back on that. I've got a towel racks here is what you're looking at. Then this has a long closet of 10 feet, and then a king size bed is shown again. And so the plan works out pretty well. And then upstairs, what we have here is what we'll have in the other. I can send over some dimensions stuff, but it makes it kind of easier to read without it. So kind of trying to get some things here so that you see what's going on. So in this bath, I've got the toilet, tub shower enclosure, small sink on a 24-inch cabinet. Very basic. This is that apartment style, but I did get a little window in here. I reduced the pitch on this roof to a 612, which is 612, 812. If it's asphalt shingle, we are really talking about, not much of a difference in will it let snow slide off. The really, really wet, sticky stuff doesn't slide off an 812 or a 612. So it just, that stuff's nasty. And if you get into that weird situation we had 4 years ago, which we hadn't had in who knows how long prior, then somebody's got to get up there and clear it off. And I'd rather get up and clear off the 612 than try and get on the slippery, wet, icy 812. So it has its advantage and disadvantage. So, but what it did do is it allowed me to get windows in because of the roof below. So I'm going to hit F9, which shows kind of an image of what's going on downstairs. So there's that common plumbing wall behind the shower and in between the washer dryer. So we could vent for the oven through the back of an upper cabinet, and get the microwave here is above here, so the microwave is above that, and get proper venting out of the kitchen instead of just having it circulate within the kitchen. And then this upstairs it's done as a scissor truss. So even though downstairs we have those 9-foot ceilings, upstairs we have 8-foot plate. But we have a scissor truss, so it feels taller. It actually is taller, but the walls are only 8-foot tall walls. But it has a great feel to it, and we'll show you that when we go inside. And so those two posts are located right underneath this wall to help support this long span across the whole house. I've only got a span from here to here and here to here, and then sort of the same case there as far as picking up the load of the upstairs. And you can see the stairs come down, and this little notch is because I don't get my code head clearance until this point, but I don't have to go all the way out to the last tread, so that allowed me to build this room upstairs a little larger. And this is over the roof below, which is that red line there. And let me turn on the highlighter. Sometimes it's just easier to see this way. So that yellow highlighter, hopefully you can see that better. So that window right here is the egress window that required to get out in a fire. And so we have the same thing on this side. These are high fixed windows just to let in light, but they're over this roof here, so I couldn't make them any larger really. And it's kind of the same story with these. Little light in the bathroom, little light in the hallway, but they're just tiny little windows, and they are operable. So if you open these, open those two, we can get some cross ventilation in the summer. So as we know, upstairs can get pretty hot. If you guys can't afford heat pump system, then the heat pump, you just turn it on reverse, you have AC. So that's one of the nice advantages of that. So back to our plan. Now that you've kind of seen this, I'm just going to close it because the other one isn't a heck of a lot different. And so, but it does have some kind of cool difference. Feel those layers again, that CAD layer. Okay, that red stuff's gone. And so, everything you see through here is the same. Oh, it looks like something happened here. But, down, and then I could actually take this and make it wider. Oh, you know what? I didn't grab the fridge too. Gotta grab the fridge. There we go. Okay, so this allows for 45. We've got something going on here that looks like these aren't quite matching where we want them. I want that to be the 30 to match the stove. And this does have a microwave below it. That's that second line you see there. So, countertop for that herb garden that you were talking about. I have some 10-inch cabinets either side of the sink for upright stuff, you know, it could be sheets, that kind of thing. Then pantry's the same, garage is the same, dining's the same, living's the same. Where this plan differs is the laundry's slightly larger to align these two walls, because what I did is I gave you another closet in this master. Really thought there's just not a lot of storage in this house, and boy, having one, the inconvenience is that the way I had to configure the powder room, because I want the door to be private for you guests. Now, we could face it out, and I could put a sink in the corner and toilet back here, and it sure would be more comfortable while you're in there. But I would rather be a little less comfortable while I'm in here than be uncomfortable knowing that the door was pointed out towards where everybody's hanging out, and I'm a guest, and I may have gas. It happens. So giving your guests that extra privacy is it's a nice thing to do, and so I try and do that in my designs. Is privacy element. So this adds an additional closet, and these are slightly deeper. You can see it's a 2'3" clearance instead of a standard 2 foot. Both are done that way. And that is drywall to drywall. So it's giving you an extra 2 inches. And you can go to your current closet with those bifolds and see what I mean about, you know, those doors hit your clothes, and just 2 more inches buys a lot. So the difference that this made is to make these walls line up is that the piano became a little scrunched. And then I may have to rearrange some of the stuff that's shown in here, and we'll see that when we go through it in 3D. And so in cross-section elevation, this is what we're looking at. You can see these are tall ceilings. This isn't even cut in the middle, so it's even a little taller at the very center of this design. But I just cut it through the stair to see where the stair is. Looks like all my stuff is still within the closet. So that fits well. You can see the master there, the master tub, then our common plumbing wall, washer, dryer, cabinetry above, and then some storage under the stair, and then out to your living room with the large screen on the back wall. This is a section cut the other direction, so you can see what the scissor vault looks like. And then we have the closet, the bedroom entry door, the window out through into the hallway, and then closet. Are sitting in the corner of the piano. We are cut right before the door through into the laundry, and that's the door into the garage, because I've just got it cracked open so that you can see the shelves when we walk through it. So I'm going to switch sides and walk you through real quick. So this is the full perspective. Okay, so sometimes the best way to see these, and let's start downstairs, makes more sense, is to see them with the roof off. So to kind of get an appreciation for the design, a couple of larger motorcycles, Prius, then we have the shelving on one side in that pantry, and then full height cabinetry on the other side. Then I don't have a door on here. Found it, maybe it's confining, having to open and close the door, but that's your choice. Decide you want one. Galley kitchen. So a galley kitchen is just a straight 2-sided kitchen. Got the extra deep counter space here, and we could raise that counter if you want to. Again, that's going to be a budget issue, something you guys can talk about. And then materials are, I went with actually what sheet comes stock. White cabinets, granite countertops. So I doubt we're going to do granite countertops. Maybe a granite looking I'm not huge on granite countertops anyway, and if you guys at some point, um, granite can actually places in Arizona where we don't have huge radon issues. Um, you bring in granite countertops, and then it tests positive for radon just from the countertops. I know it seems impossible, but that is true. So granite, and there's more reasons that maintenance, cleaning, um, they're not as perfect as they. So here, I put a glass door to your mudroom. I kind of thought that just brought a lot. That you were talking that you really like light, and then out here, I've got these double windows that could go floor to ceiling and get a door window unit, and those aren't horribly expensive. Again, talking budget. Or we can take out one window and actually put a closet with a door on this side so you could close it off for your guys' winter gear, boots, all that kind of stuff. And then on this side, just have some open hanging for guests. And so we could eliminate one window, still get a lot of light, have the windows in the door, and eliminate this window and create a closet. So that's just some options to think about if you like this plan whatsoever. Got an early on plan where the stairs came straight on down. When it came straight down, it ends up a good 2 more steps out into this space. So to create more of a easier space to get some layout in, I did have a lot of usable space over here. And there's a thing in here that's helping me in the floor plan view, say music room and living room over here, and it's called a room divider, and that's what's creating a little line in the wall, so don't worry about that. This is all preliminary anyway. So I kind of picked up off of your photo some of the stuff that you have, desk. I've got more than one amp, but there was something I couldn't identify in the picture. Keyboard as well as the piano. In this design, the piano area is narrower. I did leave it open under the stairs on this side, so the sound can broadcast through if that's what's desired, if that is something you play for the family. And then this laundry is actually wider from this side to this side. It's actually wider, so it feels deeper. You'll have more space. There's counter on top of the wider than the other plan that we were in. And so in here, it's that powder. And so this is the way it would feel. So when you do come up to wash your hands, I mean, children have no issue. And we can narrow this down. Certainly go to just 30 to center it over the toilet. And then take it. Well, and that's a lot to do with just head hazard, banging your head on the thing. So it's only 12 inches deep, but that's almost the depth of this. So we can flip to a sidewall, but then I'd worry about other things. Or just put a little corner cabinet in here if we need a cabinet at all. I had this above my toilet in Flagstaff, but this, because of the way I was able to locate the door and maintain privacy, was a pocket door on the side. I didn't go out into public space. So that's what the difference is I'm trying to keep the door from being here and helping your guests feel like they're in a little more private area. And so coming through into the master bedroom, this is a larger closet back in here, and through there. And then over here, forget the exact dimensions, a little bit smaller, but hey, that's guys get, right? So you have a lot more space than I do in 50's house, I'll tell you that. But I do have a basement to do the winter summer change out thing. So this is the larger tub, so it's the longer tub. to you guys and that sort of stuff. There's your double, and through the mirror you can go hidden behind the door. Now when the door is closed, obviously I have plenty of space. I'm using just the fault lighting. None of the lights are turned on, so nothing's going to look real realistic. I'm not rendering it either. So, and I picked these double carpet colors just to make this stand out. That's really what that's all about. So let's go upstairs and this portion. So, and we can come through with the roof one too. But, so if I were downstairs, now that I've turned the upstairs on. So what I would do is I come into your stairway and we would walk upstairs, turn the corner, continue on up to look down into the bathroom. And there's the window in the hall, and when the door's closed, you'll, oh no, it's the window, that's a different location. This window gives us light into the bathroom, natural light there. I couldn't move this down to make it add to light in this bedroom because I've got the closet for this room. There's this pretty narrow room that is a queen bed, but the closet is more like the style I have in my own house, but this is deep. But a very narrow closets with a door on them, and they're a little bit deep, but they're not as deep quite as that one. And in this other upper room, this is kind of what it will feel like, and the windows have to be, this window has to be here. It's an egress window for fire. And then there's the closet for this room. So this room is a little more luxurious. So if your son is staying with you, not your grandparents, then that would be, or your grandkids, then that would be a good place for him. And then when you guys go to choose a tub shower inside, you can pick what you want as far as features. So let's take a look with the roof on. So what you're going to see without me turning on lights and stuff and getting that all lighting. So this would be the height of everything in here. And Addie's perspective, we're probably looking at about like this. And from Dave's perspective, he's got to be taller than me. That's probably sees the world more like this. So look at this. I did put some awning style windows, so these flip out from the bottom in there. Oh, I got an exterior wall here. I'll fix that. And then this is that full height cabinetry and shelves on this side. And those are just set at 24 inches, so we can turn that sort of stuff and we'll get really into it. Kind of what the kitchen would look like. I put an extra deep cabinet on top of fridges just so you can get to the door handles. Shorter people either need a stool or just don't have access to the back end of that. And on into dining, you have to walk around the table and then come out into the living room. And so here's those two posts that help support the upstairs. There's that one, and that is a 6x6, and that's also a 6x6. And desk and this is drawn the same way out here. So same options to deal with, and basically looking at what do our ceilings look like, and really what I want you to see is how they appear with a scissor trowel. So 612 pitch exterior roof and a 312 interior roof pitch. That's a formula we usually use about half to get the proper depth. And then I did put what's called an energy heel, a 12-inch energy heel on these, so we can get R49 insulation in the roof. There is an arm that's available still. I didn't know if it was. It is still available. I got the feedback from Rusty. So we do not have to do exterior continuous insulation on residential. We need R21 cavities. So when we were talking about air tightness and all the features we would get from having continuous insulation, unless you end up with a design where there is money left in the budget, we're just not going to be able to add that detail. So again, that's just budgeting issues. So this is what that ceiling looks like. Let's kind of stand back a little. They're only 8-foot walls, and you can see how close the 6'8" door is. So that's an 8-foot, and then that is the pitch that we end. So with the roof on, this is what we're kind of looking like. We'll deal with this roof here. Foundation, I'm not going to run a foundation. I'll probably even cut the wall off here because we're just looking for a little planter. So this run will run straight through, save some money there. I probably also, I do 24-inch deep overhangs to protect the siding, protect the house. The weather up here just really, spend some money, spend it on making your house last and less maintenance. There's always still maintenance. Looks like I've got an issue right here. So if I go over to my other plan, you can watch it probably disappear. And so that's the wall at the dining. So I'm going to hit that, and oh, yeah, this one I set to a certain length. So I actually want to go upstairs. Wall up there, I want to have it aligned. Huh. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It should line up now. There we go. Fixed. So, I've got sunlight and shadows turned on out here. Maybe not shadows. I don't see them. And that. Physically based ray trace. There's, oh, it turned off. Oh, it's because I didn't leave it on there. So if I use my physically based ray trace, it'll render quickly. And the longer we wait, the more this stuff will clear up and it just becomes more and more realistic. In fact, this grass is pretty incredible because I can actually do mow patterns and stuff in this. But when you can see, it kind of gets kind of cloudy, foggy, and then I wait. Clears up. And if you can hear that humming in the background, that's my video card fans going off because it gets pretty hot when I'm doing this process. I probably won't have this roof return, and I gotta figure out why it's building that by itself. But that probably there's no reason to see. So oh, I didn't remove the gutters on the roof system. So this is one of the things to discuss with them. Do you want to have gutters? You can see all these roofs are just going to fall 2 feet away from the home, out away from the home. And I don't like gutters when I've got houses that aren't draining in areas where I'm concerned. I don't like maintaining them. I don't like icicles hanging off of them and bending them and misforming them. So I typically try to design my watershed so I don't need them. The only place you're going to have an issue would be at the garage. So maybe you want to put it across here so you can slow the pileup of snow that ends up in front of the door. Especially consider this is our shady north side. So not going to melt off very quickly, as I'm sure you. Here's those small windows with the 612 pitch. I got the clearance to allow for windows to be in here. There's a great shingle. It's called Malarkey. highly recommend using Malarkey. Their warranty may not be as stated as good as others, but the Malarkey rep up here, he's actually a friend of mine, and I don't think he would lie to me, but he says that they have never turned down a warranty claim, no matter what the age of the shingle or the don't do it. They found the company and they just fix things. So I don't know, I like it. But the thing about Malarkey is they are extremely hail-proof. They have and I can show if Nick is interested, on the elastomeric compound that's used to hold on the aggregate, and it's impressive. So that's the main reason is that the amount of granules that you find in your bag on the job site is going to be far less than any other manufacturers because the granules just stick to it so much better. And then if anything arrives damaged, call up. He's right up south from or just north of Missoula, and he'll come running to you and fix you up. So we can choose colors, all that kind of stuff, but this is basically what the outside looks like. And that is probably about it. I'm going to turn off the tremendous amount of energy that it's just not letting me rotate very smoothly with that on, and just kind of give you an outside appearance of this particular design. I've got another design. Well, I've got three more. These it was progressive in ideas and thoughts and how things got to work, and I haven't developed the other ones quite well enough to say that they're all that worth showing, but I will go through those in a separate email, so I can get this one off published. So this is Mark Farrar, working on the Coleman residence, and number is 940-654-0617 in Butte, Montana. And thank you for watching.